What happens when one of the world's most perfect hypercars gets improved, and half the internet instantly wishes it hadn't? Tension is building fast in the hypercar world, and this time it's not just quiet debate, it's full-blown chaos. Mansory has pulled the cover off its heavily modified Koenigsegg Jesko, and the reaction hasn't been divided, it's been explosive. From hardcore engineers to casual car fans, everyone is circling the same bold question. Was this a masterpiece that should have been left alone? While independent builder Matt Armstrong continues turning heads with his now iconic Bugatti Chiron rebuild, a completely different kind of storm has erupted elsewhere, and it's impossible to ignore. Mansory, the German tuning house famous for pushing luxury cars to their most extreme limits, has officially revealed its take on the Jesko. And the response? Brutal. A huge portion of the automotive world believes the car has been completely overdone, stripped of its original brilliance. The rest aren't exactly celebrating either, they're just struggling to justify it. After months of cryptic teasers and rising anticipation, the final reveal is here, a one-off creation dubbed the Spartan Mansory Jesko. Finished in a sandy beige inspired by desert tones and paired with a bold turquoise interior, the design hits hard whether you love it or not. It's loud, unapologetic, and impossible to ignore. Then comes the number that really turns heads. This reimagined Jesko carries a price tag north of $4 million, well above the already sky-high cost of a standard Jesko, which starts around $3 million before customization even begins. For that extra million, Mansory has gone all in. Aggressive carbon fiber elements dominate the exterior, from a redesigned front splitter to sharp side skirts, a reworked rear diffuser, and expanded wing components, each piece crafted to amplify presence as much as performance. But the most talked about change isn't something you can see, it's something you hear. What if you could take one of the most extreme hypercars ever built and change everything about how it feels without touching how it actually performs? That's exactly what Mansory has done. Instead of chasing more power, they focused on something else entirely. They installed a custom-built exhaust system designed to create a sound that stands out far beyond the original factory setup. And yet, under all that noise and drama, the heart of the car stays the same. The Jesko's twin-turbo 5.0-liter V8 engine is completely untouched, still delivering its full 1,600 horsepower when running on E85 fuel. So what's really changed? Not the speed, not the handling, not the engineering. This transformation is all about looks and sound. New carbon fiber parts, aggressive bodywork, and a louder, more attention-grabbing exhaust. That's it. No extra performance upgrades, no suspension tweaks, just a bold visual and acoustic makeover. Now here's where it gets interesting. That all comes at a price, an extra $1 million on top of an already insanely expensive car. Whether that's worth it depends entirely on who you ask. And to make things even more dramatic, they added a twist. They launched a giveaway. One lucky winner gets the very first Spartan Mansory Jesko, a hypercar worth around $4 million, for free. From a marketing point of view, it's brilliant. Stir up controversy, grab attention, drive clicks, and then tie it all to a prize people can't ignore. It's the kind of move that practically advertises itself. But beyond the hype, one question keeps coming up. Did Mansory improve the Jesko or completely ruin it? If you look at the reactions online, the answer isn't exactly calm or balanced. The backlash hit fast and hard. Some people didn't even bother with long explanations. One comment summed it up in just a few blunt words. Another went straight to the point. Not modified, not upgraded, ruined. That single word, ruined, captures how a lot of enthusiasts feel. To them, something special has been taken apart instead of taken to the next level. Others pushed it even further, saying Koenigsegg shouldn't let companies like Mansory touch their cars at all. That's not just criticism of one build, it's a rejection of the entire idea of modifying these cars in the first place. And then there are those who see it as something deeper than design. To true fans, the Jesko isn't just another fast car, it represents precision, purpose, and pure engineering excellence. Changing it just for looks can feel like going against everything it was meant to be. One of the harshest takes didn't hold back at all, attacking Mansory's style as a whole and questioning their place in the hypercar world. That kind of reaction shows this isn't just about one car, it's about trust, taste, and identity. But here's the twist, not everyone hates it. A smaller group actually loves what Mansory did. Some people think the car looks incredible, bold, and unique. And even though they're the minority, they matter more than it might seem, because they are exactly the kind of buyers Mansory is targeting. Their audience is very specific. Ultra-wealthy collectors, especially in places like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. In those markets, standing out matters just as much, if not more, than staying true to original design philosophy. And that's the real divide. For some, the standard Jesko is already perfect. For others, it's just the starting point. Anyone with about $3 million can walk in and buy one. But a one-off Mansory Jesko that costs over $4 million? That's a whole different story. That's not just a car, it's something built so uniquely that no one else in the world has it in that exact form. Mansory isn't trying to impress hardcore Koenigsegg fans. They're not chasing approval from car forums or YouTube comments. Their focus is simple: ultra-wealthy buyers who want something no one else can copy. And here's the twist: controversy doesn't hurt cars like this. It actually helps. The more people argue about it, the more attention it gets. And the more attention it gets, the more exclusive it feels. Still, the criticism goes beyond just how it looks, and that part is worth paying attention to. Koenigsegg is known as one of the most advanced hypercar brands in the world. Every detail is carefully planned. Christian von Koenigsegg personally oversees the engineering behind every car that leaves the factory. The Jesko itself was built with one big goal in mind: breaking the 300-mile-per-hour barrier. Every curve, every surface, every tiny detail was shaped using powerful computer simulations. The rear wing, for example, isn't just for show. It adjusts in real time, adding downforce when turning and reducing drag when chasing top speed. The underside of the car also creates its own downforce. Even small things like the door handles are designed to help air move smoothly across the car. Now, when Mansory steps in and adds new carbon parts, changes the front splitter, tweaks the side skirts, and adds extra wing elements, it's not just cosmetic. These changes affect how air flows around the entire car, and that's where things get complicated. A new front splitter can change how air reaches the radiators. Different side skirts can shift pressure underneath the car. Extra wing pieces might create turbulence in places where smooth airflow was originally critical. And unlike Mansory, these changes don't go through the same level of deep testing and simulation. So, in a way, Mansory's taking a gamble, assuming their upgrades don't hurt performance. But for many car enthusiasts and engineers, that misses the whole point of what makes the Jeskos special in the first place. Which leads to the big question no one's really answering. What does Christian von Koenigsegg actually think about all this? So far, Koenigsegg hasn't publicly criticized Mansory. They also haven't tried to stop the modifications, and maybe that silence says more than words ever could. When you buy a car, it's yours, simple as that. You can change it, upgrade it, or completely transform it however you like. That's the foundation of ownership, and no automaker can take that away just because they don't like the outcome. But there's a clear line between accepting something and actually supporting it. Christian von Koenigsegg has built a reputation for obsessing over every tiny detail that goes into his cars. Every curve, every component, every decision has a purpose. So it's hard to imagine him looking at a heavily modified Jesko and thinking it's somehow better than what his team originally created. More realistically, he allows it, not because he agrees, but because pushing back against a customer's legal rights would spark a much bigger controversy. And that's the key difference here. Just because something is allowed doesn't mean it's approved. And it's also important to understand that there's no official link between Mansory and Koenigsegg. Mansory buys these cars like any other customer and then modifies them on their own terms without factory input or validation.
The badge may still say Koenigsegg, but the final result reflects Mansory's vision, not the original creators. And this isn't new territory for Mansory. They've stirred the same kind of reactions with cars like the Bugatti Veyron, Ferrari SF90 Stradale, Lamborghini Urus, and McLaren 720S. The formula rarely changes. Take an already incredible machine, give it a bold and aggressive redesign, and watch the internet split in two. Here's the twist. The loudest critics usually aren't the buyers. The smaller group that actually loves the look, they're the ones writing the checks. There's an interesting comparison to Matt Armstrong and his rebuild of a Bugatti Chiron. Both situations involve independent work on elite hypercars without manufacturer approval, but the approach couldn't be more different. Bugatti pushed back hard on Matt's project, refusing parts and forcing him to engineer solutions from scratch. In response, his work focused on restoring performance and solving real mechanical challenges. Mansory, on the other hand, leans heavily into visual impact, prioritizing bold design over engineering refinement, and the community reaction reflects that difference. Matt earns respect for proving skill under pressure, while Mansory often faces criticism for pushing style at the expense of the original engineering vision. Still, both stories circle back to the same undeniable truth. Ownership means freedom. What one person sees as a masterpiece, another might see as a mistake, and neither is objectively wrong. What isn't up for debate, though, is this. The Koenigsegg Jesko was already one of the most extraordinary machines ever built. Whether it needed to be improved is a question that doesn't have a single answer, but it's a debate that's only getting louder.